Good morning, boys and girls. Old Ron Hines coming back at you. Today's July the 4th, 2024. Hey, looky here. So, happy birthday, America. It wasn't born. We fought for it and we earned our freedom. And if you'll remember, on 1776, this had all been promulgated and had started earlier than this. But we signed our Declaration of Independence and said England, enough. And really, the camel that broke the straw's back had the straw that broke the camel's back. That's hard to do, to get those backwards on purpose, by the way. But anyway, hey, check this out. What happened, there was a 2% tax on tea. And the American people said, you know what, forget this. But there had been other things. The English had been, they had taken over land and just would confiscate it. They were really bad to the people that were here. And because they thought we were peasants and less than the English people. So anyway, today on number 248 years this country's been a country. There's two things I gotta try to educate you on. There's two books that are must-read books. Must read. So anyway, the first one is the old King James Version of the Holy Bible. Yes, that has all the information you need for your spiritual food and everything else. Plus, you can go down to your local church, get some spiritual food there, and figure out what you got to do for about salvation. So, you know, and at the end of these videos, I always tell you to go to your Lord and Savior, because the King James Version will tell you what Jesus Christ did for us on this earth. Next, so we know we had our founding fathers, and there's another book. First of all, you need to pull up and read the Constitution. And yeah, it gets kind of long-winded if you're reading the whole thing, especially with all the amendments. But please do read it. But then, to get an understanding of what was really going on, what was in our forefathers' thoughts. And a lot of people think of these people as old men, but a lot of them were really young. But anyway, there's a book out there, and it's called We the People, Documents and Writing of the Founding Fathers. Nice little book. It's $20. Best $20 you'll ever spend, other than what you spend on the King James Version Bible, right? So anyway, I don't normally, and I never have really went out and said, hey, go buy a product or whatever. But, so remember those. Most people have a Bible already. But so, We the People, great book, Documents and Writings of our Founding Fathers. Got to read it. Gives you, I don't know what they're teaching in history anymore, right? The kids coming up, do they even know to be prideful of the United States of America? And when I watch TV and I see the things that are going on out there, it seems like they don't teach us to be prideful. Some people are teaching us that we should be ashamed of our wealth and our resources and the fact that we're innovators and we can go out and we create. That's what we used to do. But now, I'm really worried about, you know, my flag's upside down today because we have open borders. That's really why it's upside down. I so disagree with my president that he allows this, because he has the power to stop it. All he has to do is enforce the laws that are already on the book. And, by the way, since I mentioned earlier that it started over a 2% tax on tea, I'm going to go on my little tirade. I have income, and I pay taxes on that. Then when I go to spend that income, I got to pay more taxes. And then when I buy fuel to drive on the vehicle that I paid taxes for when I bought it, I got to pay more taxes to put the fuel in it to drive it some more. Some of it called road use taxes. Then I have to be inspected to make sure that my car is worthy before registration to go on those roads. Well, if I'm doing all that, and I live in a wonderful state, but yet they're falling behind on keeping up with the roadway system to make sure that roadway is worthy of my car, but yet I paid a tax for it. Something to think about. Let's go back 100 years, 1929. Had no federal income tax and stuff like that, but yet cities and towns had streets, had schools, had public stuff that we have today. Now, was it as nice? No. You know, if they had electricity, it was a one light bulb. Not even real refrigeration was in that place at that point in time. But how'd they do all this without all that taxation? Bet you hadn't thought about that, have you, bucko? Anyway, things to think about. That's my rant for today. please invest in some books. We the People, man, great read. Gotta read it, gotta read it. And both of these books that I have here came in binders that I keep them in that keep my books pristine even after I read them. So you know how they like to open up. And these aren't paperbacks. So open up and try to stay open. You put them back in that little enclosure, right? And it keeps it nice and pristine. And not only is that a good read for you, it can become a family heirloom. All right, just food for thought on that. Happy birthday, United States of America. Enjoy your 4th of July. God bless you all. Hey, but look, once again, when you go to your Lord and Savior in prayer, lift up this once great nation. Open borders, high taxes, inflation, blah, blah, blah. You know what's going on. I've had enough. So anyway, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell. We'll be coming at you soon. Have a great day. Bye.